Good evening, guys. Can everybody hear me all right? Right. Good evening, all. Let's just see who is in the chat. Right. So if I haven't said hello, say hello, and we'll have a read through. Say hello to everybody. Get the hellos out the way. Hi. This rubbish thing on YouTube and Facebook and any form of so. If you interact a lot with the page channel group, you will always be the first to notified. You know, because normally because I've got my own personal account rather than just the Wardle Road one. I can go in there, which I used to read the chat, but for some reason it's not even coming up at the top. I've had to search Wardle Road and then click on videos, and then it's at the top of that. But normally it's in the top of my subscriptions. Good evening, Deltic. Good evening, Lee. Timber Surf. Good evening, mate. Tim, Jason. Good evening. Combat Bunny. Hello, mate. The Growler. Good evening. Anthony and Will, good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight on another Thursday stream. Good evening, Josh. I thought I'd do something a little bit different tonight. Actually, I've got, as you can see, I've got my bankside in front of me, and I've been meaning to get round to using the stuff that WWS have sent me. Let's rest this somewhere I can continue to read the chat. Don't really want to rest it on a loco. Go. It's because you don't interact with yourself. Oh, is that why? So, if I was to go on there and watch my own videos, if that makes sense, then it'd come up on my feed. Is that? I'll tell you what, I'm not that great when it comes to this part of the YouTube algorithm. I don't really know much about lives. King Fox Junction. Good evening, mate. Let's just turn the brightness up on here. I can read everything everyone's saying. No, switch to personal chat. Oh, so I can. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong, or maybe I'm not doing it wrong. I'm just overthinking how the algorithm's meant to work. So yeah, tonight we're doing something a little bit different. I've got the bankside, as you've probably seen in all my update videos, is pretty much sat like this since the start. It was one of the first things I put in. It's literally I ordered a whole maybe 100 pieces of polystyrene. It was only about 20 quid on eBay, and they come in sort of square blocks, and I've just lined them up, carved them out with a polystyrene cutter, plaster sheets over the front, and then a Woodland Scenics tunnel mouth, drainage tunnel mouth at the bottom down here. I'm hoping you can see what I'm talking about on the camera. Good evening, Gareth. Call me somewhat. Hi, buddy. Can't hear you too loud here. Oh, is the audio alright though for everyone? Good evening, everyone for joining. Good evening, Gareth. Thank you for joining. Good evening, John. You should use a tablet, iPad, view stream, a chat. Big no. What I need is what Jenny's got, to just have a monitor with the screen on it would be ideal. But so what has been going on? Well, I've been working on my wagons, as it said in the title. Good evening, Medway Peninsula. Thank you for joining us. As I said in the title, I have a couple of deliveries. We'll start with the first one, which is the obvious MRCCT coach. And I believe, John, correct me if I'm wrong, but this has been all the way to France. Let me hold this in front of the camera so I can see it. So this is the first time it's actually returned to me from the first time that I painted it. So I have now added my Wardle Road group logo into it, and as you can see, it's starting to fill up with signatures. So Foxy Railway. So I'm guessing that has gone all the way to France, I believe. Things looking good, sound good. Oh, brilliant. If you do want me to turn the audio up, do let me know, because I did turn the microphones down slightly just to reduce some of the background noise. Has it been disinfected? Good point. Good point. I have got hand sanitizer upstairs. A good point. But I like to think, our community is a nice clean community. Yeah, I think it's just come from John. So unless John has been fiddling with it, then hopefully it's nice and clean. But the other addition to the layout is from Goodwood Scenics. They very kindly sent me their last version of this wagon that they have in stock, and I have filled it up with all of their products again. It does need a weather, but as you can see, it's still drying. It's still a little bit shiny, but it does need a weather. But I hope to get a few more of these because they're not expensive, and I think they're nice short wheelbase wagons that I can shunt around the depot. It's been in the post for more than 72 hours. Oh, that's a good point. If it's come from that far out, yeah. Where else have we? Norman, good evening, mate. Thank you for joining us. Yes, all the cyber friends in this cyber family. So yeah, today, for those who've just started filtering in, WWS, Wardle Scenics, has sent me some basing glue, which I think might just be watered down PVA. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if there's any other additional substances in there. But then I've got the Pico watered down PVA spray glue. I'd only bought this once, by the way. I'm not going out buying tons of PVA. I have a 10 litre bottle of it upstairs, and I'll just water it down and refill it because it's just a useful dispenser. I have 2 canisters of Simply Spray Glue, which I think I got for about £5 on Amazon. So rather than going out spending 15-20 quid on the Pico stuff and the Woodland Scenic Spray Glue stuff, decided to buy that myself and just use that. Deltic Dan 900, first time joining your stream. Well, thank you for joining us, mate. I do appreciate taking your time to come and view my channel. All my arms in the way. If you are enjoying it, can't promise high quality content, but if you're enjoying it, please subscribe. So yeah, spray glue, and then the last thing I've got, which I didn't know I actually had before WWS sent me out their products, but I've actually got their grass applicator as well. So we'll be using that because it's a lot. Since I've had this, I've had absolutely brilliant results. If any of you guys have seen my grass tutorial on one of my previous videos, remember to hit that like button. Exactly, mate. Yeah, we've got 34 people in, so yeah, I do appreciate you taking your time to join me. I hope everyone is safe and well, and no one's been touched by the coronavirus yet. We'll get started in a minute. A couple more people still filtering in. That machine is pure magic. I have to completely agree with you, mate. Since I've got this, it's been an absolute game changer. A lot, if not all, mail these days goes to fumigation and several microwave sterilizations while in transit country to country. I didn't know that. How much are you selling your hand sanitizer for? Depends how badly you want it. Model Minutes, good evening, mate. Thank you for joining us. And as always, Model Minutes is the man who does almost all of my graphics designs, so I do appreciate that. Love how the community gets around. People from Ollie Stream join mine, and people from my stream have come over here. Word of mouth. Yeah, I think actually because I was in Sparky's stream last night, I ended up getting a few subscribers from that as well. So yeah, it's really weird how the community works, especially on YouTube when you've got streams. All you have to do is just be interactive, and people seem to like that side of people and go and check their channels out. Tony Wright, good evening, mate. Thank you for joining us. And Ron, good evening. I did drop you a message about some Engage stuff that you have, so I think you have replied, but I haven't been able to get to the message just yet. Hand sanitizer is just soap. It is, but the way Charlie from Chadwick described it was there's definitely more in there than just bits of soap. But I imagine all of them products are now sold out on Amazon because so many people have gone to make their own. I'm up by ears where I am, it's too loud, need headphones to hear you, but not got them. Well, enjoy your holiday, John, don't come back with anything. Yeah, I'm so fortunate that people sub to me during Ollie Show. I'm glad. The more people the quicker we can all grow our channels, the better, because this community is massive, and I think YouTube, even though obviously you've got the big channels, it's a community that's growing at quite a quick rate. So if we can all get our channels up at the same time, that would be brilliant. What's a good editing app to use? I used to use Premiere Pro, but my lease ran out on that, and I use that on my old YouTube channel for all my FIFA stuff. But since that lease on that run out, I just used the iMovie. It's developed itself quite enough now that it's pretty sufficient for everything I want to do on the editing side of it. Like your streams, I appreciate that, Lee. Oh, I think that's to me. Yeah, Mac iMovie, but obviously if you've got Windows and other stuff, then there are other softwares out there. Got a few subs myself on Ori's last stream. I'm really pleased. I'm really happy that you've got a couple of that as well. Again, do remember after the stream, of course, to go check out. I think you can rewatch the chat afterwards. Go check out everybody's channels, and there's loads and loads of content out there. Like Deltic Junction James, I subscribed to him a couple of days ago. I think after his wife maybe commented on one of my Facebook posts telling me to check his video out. I went and had a look, and subscribed. Good evening, Tian. I hope you're having fun watching TV upstairs. Good evening, Dave. Dave Cook, thank you for joining us. You've used a very old version of Sony Vegas. I think a few people actually. I think there's ways to get Sony Vegas for free. I don't want to advertise any pirating because we're not about that here. But so yeah, I'm sure we can probably get on with some. Yeah, no worries, Deltic, mate. That's why I did ask you about the Deltic you had with the sound. I think you told me it was about £190, £200, or maybe no, £280. I can't remember. Have you been subject to any working hour reductions with the tube surfaces being outcut? That's funny actually, because I've received a few emails going around. Unfortunately, because I'm a rapid response tech, while the underground it doesn't necessarily have passengers running on it, the equipment still needs maintaining. And that might sound stupid, but remember, when stuff isn't on, just because the track's not on doesn't mean the rest of the transmission and the radio equipment's not running. I know they are doing a reduced service. I think on the Hammersmith and City today it was a train every 30 minutes, same as the Circle Line, compared to every 2 minutes that it normally is. So obviously the trains have been reduced, which means I probably will have to drive into work for the next few weeks, and I'm trying to reduce my time on the train as much as possible. I think I only have about 3 or 4 subscribers. I'm sure, Josh, I've subscribed to you. If I haven't, I will do after the stream. I use Cyberlink Power Director, which is nice and easy to use. Basic package is free. Yeah, I like that, but the only thing is they leave a watermark on the screen, which is the only reason I wouldn't use them. We'll have a great stream, Molly, and viewers. Time to go get supplies. Is life down under? Life as our down under seniors here to shop at 7 Oh yes, because you're other side of the country, other side of the world. So yes, mate, make sure you go get your supplies before you worry about watching my stream. But yeah, so let's get talking about what we're going to do tonight, because I've just spent 10 minutes rambling. I pre-painted the base in a dark green, and then round the water output area here, the sort of spillage area, I've painted brown. It's going to be a little bit more dirty and gravelly, but I've found when I'm doing static grass, I can literally leave the base bare, just the polystyrene and white sitting as it is, and once I've done the layers of static grass, you can't see anything underneath anyway. Yeah, so just gave it a rough base coat. If you see any lumps and bumps here, this is just where I've scrunched up bits of plaster and then plastered over the top of them just to give the ground some texture. As I imagine that when this depot was being built, it was all flattened and then the edges were just cut away, and down here somewhere would just be piles of dirt from where it originally was. So yeah, WWS have sent me perfectly actually the static grass embankment kit, and this we'll go through what this contains actually, but this is available on their website. I don't have a discount code, but we're going to test these out, and I'll give you my honest opinion on them. So let's just open it up. So this I've got an embankment, and they've sent me an embankment kit, so you can't really go wrong with that in theory. So first things out, is a 2mm summer static. I'll hold them in front of the camera so you can see. Which I think is like a dark green with mixtures of slightly lighter. It's the majority of it is darker green. Colin Giles, hi all, welcome welcome to the stream, Colin. Been making static grass tufts today. Oh, brilliant. Well, hopefully you can pick up some tips or ways not to do it in this stream. How much did the pack cost? They sent this to me for free to review. If someone could Google how much that cost and post it in the stream, I'd appreciate it. I should have probably done that research before. Yes, no, it is a decent sized pack, and as I say, so you've got the 2mm summer grass, 6mm wild meadow, 4mm dead grass. Although for some reason I thought dead would be the dry grass. I do have some packets of straw grass somewhere. Actually, I do have a whole. I don't know if you can see it on the seat behind me. I have a whole pile of different scenery stuff, which we're going to go through. I know Tim likes the woodland scenic stuff, which I have got a fresh box of. The fine foliage, olive green, fresh box of that. As I did have one before, but I've used it all up. Come on everyone, hit that like button. It's Ollie, you know it'll be a great stream. I can't make any promises, mate, but I do appreciate the compliment. Ron, I'm going to try Sunday to do a live stream on Sunday from the Garden Railway. Not sure what time yet. Well, I imagine it depends on weather as well. I like the stuff on my local woods. Yeah, you could always use that, but I mean, I do have rice woods near me, but I don't really want to go out in this weather, to be honest with you. Good evening, Alan. Thank you for joining us. So, in continuation of what we've got in this embankment pack, we've got the autumn 4mm. I have found when I'm doing my static grass that I get through it really, really quickly, even though I've got piles of the static grass that I've got behind me, but I get through it really, really quickly. And finally, this is 4mm patchy grass. Again, it's mostly dark coloured. It's not too. It's quite hard to. It really depends what the person describes as patchy and dead. And I'll just quickly show you what Combat Bunny. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry, my mum phoned. I'm back now. Yeah, or make sure you answer the phone, especially with what's going on at the moment. On the Delta Dan, the Wardle Railway Society exhibition tour. Yeah, a lot. I'm very, very sad that Ali Pali's been cancelled. WWS Scenics is. If that's WWS Scenics, I can't remember what your YouTube channel name is. Hi mate, I'm doing a good day. If you could tell us how much this starter pack would cost. I think Jason asked how much the starter pack was. For the embankment, not the starter pack, sorry, the embankment kit. The weather's meant to be improving a bit over the weekend according to the forecast. I wouldn't rely on them, but definitely. So as I mentioned, I've also got the fine leaf foliage from Woodland Scenics. I also have bags and bags, let's go to the camera, of various different types of static grass from other companies, including the Pico stuff. One of my favourites, which I couldn't recommend enough, is you can get it for cheaper than this. It's just something I saw on a stand for £3.50. This 6mm straw grasses, which is what I find the base. I kind of cover everything first in the straw grass. That was sad, Ollie. Yes, you're welcome, man. The weather's. I missed any. Okay, I'll just make sure I missed anyone's comments. But yeah, 6mm straw. I think I have a fair amount of that actually. Yeah, this is the Pico. See, £3.10 for that much, or £2. Well, £3.50 for a bag of that at a show. Or if you order it online, £3.10 for a bag that big. Daylight robbery, isn't it? We'll be using that. Final couple of products I've got is this sort of mixture of, this is real life plants that have dried out and been sprayed down to a sort of a dry colour. About 2mm in N-gauge, because I can imagine the scale is quite an issue. The last couple of bits are, I think someone in here mentioned that they were Oh, good evening, Martin. Yeah, it's Martin from WWS Scenics. If you could let us know how much the embankment kit costs. I think Jason was asking. I know someone in here tonight was making their own tufts, but I bought some pre-made ones from my local model shop. I've got a whole different selection of various tufts of grass and things. So hi Lee, you've been in the loft today. Which applicator is that you're about to? Good evening, Ian. I don't know if I've said hello to you, but I'm using the WWS. Let's make sure it's on the camera. Static grass applicator. I did have a cheap one which I bought off eBay for about a tenner, and it was just like a tea strainer with a metal strap round, and it really didn't do the job. So decided to upgrade to this, and it's been successful ever since. Anyone use oven dried leaves or coffee grounds for their scatter? No, I haven't. Can't say I have, but I've seen some YouTubers use that. Pico is our grass. All of their satanic stuff is ours. Can you let us know how much the embankment kit is, if that's all right? I was watching a professional in Germany that says even 6mm can be at scale on HO. Yeah, 6mm is tall, but providing you use the right amount of it, it shouldn't look too out of place. 2mm and 1mm for N gauge. Yeah, I kind of stick around the 2 and 4 for double O gauge anyway, but I've got some bits of 6mm here to use. Jason's just subbed to WWS Scenics channel. Oh, brilliant. So we'll get started. I'm sure you're all bored of talking. It's been 20 minutes and I've not even put a bit of glue down yet. Got my wire today. I hope tomorrow to finish wire. What do you think of it, Combat Bunny? I do like the single core stuff. I've been trying to use that as much as possible. Just to save the lid, I'm going to use it straight out of the pot. Actually, I'll give it a shake first, and then I'm going to use a brush to paste it on. I think the pack including the applicator is about 160, 180. Yeah, the applicator I bought separately. The the embankment kit was actually kindly sent to me. Top quality. Yeah, no, I'm really pleased with the single core. Most of my layout is wired up with the single core stuff, and it's not cheap. It's not expensive either, which is really good. I am going to be experimenting over the coming weeks as we have now decided to stay away. Isolating yourself. Are you going N-gauge as well? I have to be honest with you. I have started sort of researching little bits into N-gauge, as it was what I originally started the hobby in. The embankment kit is $14.99. Well, there we go. All of that for $14.99. So I don't think anyone can complain at that. Yeah, 200 meter. Yeah, so I ordered 200 meter of the black and 200 meter of the red, and it only came to about a tenner, something like that. So it wasn't bad at all. I'm thinking about the N-gauge. I'll be honest with you. I am thinking about it. Whether it comes to fruition or not is a different story. But I've been tempted. I've started doing some eBay research. Put it that way. So let's get started by covering this whole base layer in glue. This might be boring, so apologies if you guys don't want to watch me paste glue onto a board. N-gauge rules, yeah, as I say, it's could be something to look forward to in the future. Wardle Road, what would you recommend for me, as I'm planning on doing a layout in O gauge, which I'm thinking of putting ballast on or something. Oh, O gauge, 6mm plus. I think 6mm is probably going to be very short grass for. I don't actually know if companies do. Well, I haven't seen any static grass much taller than that. We'll look into get something soon. Yeah, no, honestly, absolutely brilliant. Really good value. I haven't really had a chance to use their stuff yet. They did send it to me a few weeks ago, but I've only just got round to doing the scenic side of the layout. Thanks, I just ordered one with a starter pack off eBay. We'll put the results. We'll post it. Oh, brilliant! Really pleased that I managed to get some customers going that way as well. That's excellent. As I say, I wouldn't recommend the product if I didn't like it. As none of the companies pay me to give my opinion. I've seen 8mm grass. Oh, nice. Yeah, but yeah, as I say, being with Double O, I haven't seen much more than 6. Good luck with the scene in Wardle Road. I'm heading off now. See you next time. Thank you, Model Minutes, and guys, don't forget to check him out. He does all my graphic. I know his channel's not graphics design, but he does all the graphics design for my channels pretty much, and all the Facebook stuff, and the banners, etc. So huge appreciation to him for putting these together for me. If you guys saw the intro screen though, you'll notice that there's an FMR logo in the top right corner, as Tim very kindly put that together for me. I don't know if you joined in time, Jason, but you would have seen your layout on there as well as Graham's in the computer screens. My grass is about 220mm at the moment, but too wet to cut. I haven't tried using real grass yet, but I'm sure someone has if they've dried it out. Move this out of the way. Let's turn the track power off as well, actually. I don't want to start short-circuiting things with metal. Damn fat fingers, how? The scrap line, good evening, mate. Thank you for joining us. I'm attempting to do static grass. If you guys have been subscribed to me long enough, you'll see that one of my first few tutorial videos was static grass, and I think that came out really, really well. Actually, I was super pleased with how the end result came out for that. I'm going to try and do this whole embankment in the one stream, hopefully. So while I'm doing this, what is everyone else up to this afternoon / this evening? I imagine a lot of people have been housebound. I went to the hairdressers today, and a lot of people have cancelled on them because of the old coronavirus thing. So I was one of the only clients today in all day, and she told me that a few have cancelled over the weekend as well. So obviously the older generation with the 4-month ban are taking it, well, not 4-month ban, 4-month isolation, are taking it quite seriously. Good evening, Jason. Thank you for joining us. 10mm and 12mm, that's long grass. That's very long grass. Yeah, as I say, I haven't seen any of that. But I haven't been to many O-gauge shows, so there's probably some out there for O-gauge. I can't imagine there wouldn't be. Is he working as much as I can before getting stuck indoors? Try not to talk about you know what. Yeah, no, I won't mention it again now. We have to give it a more interesting name than that, because I know YouTube doesn't like it. We'll just say the C word, the more polite C word. The showstopper, that's what Sparky called it. I think that's what we'll call it, the showstopper. So if you want to mention it, just refer to it as the showstopper. Because as he says, it quite literally stops shows. I think we're getting there now with the glue. You don't want it too thick though, that when the grass goes on it, it just kind of sinks. Kind of just want it to be tacky. Just try and remove as much of these large patches as possible. Now when Tim does stuff on his live streams, everything seems to go really well and goes right, but I'm hoping for the same luck in this stream. I can't promise it though, but we'll try our best. Because it's a slope as well, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get the elevation on the grass, but we'll, as I say, we'll give it a try. If worst comes to worst, I'll just peel it all off tomorrow and have a go again. Yeah, exactly, so we'll stick to the showstopper for now. Building somewhat sparky showstopper, yeah, that's exactly. Building a scale scene, station kits, it's a paper print onto cardboard, been on it for nearly 2 weeks, on and off. Oh, I was about to say 2 weeks straight, that's a very long time to be working on one building, but on and off, that's fair enough. If you're looking for a job, everyone should have a CV. What CV are you talking about? CV of the locos or an actual CV? Tim is fearless. Josh's train room. I've been at home most of the day. I'm planning to do some work for my stream once I get PC. Oh, cool. Brilliant stuff. There seems to be a lot of streaming going on at the moment. Actually, it seems to be the popular thing to do, and I can see why, because it's great interacting with everyone. Let's wipe the PVA glue that's all over my hands off. Put this to one side. Now I've got an extra little pot. I've got some other PVA glue as well, just in case. Yeah, one short. Made some small progress on a rising incline and figuring out the embankment you're working. The sort of embankment you're working. Oh, brilliant! Well, if you can pick up any tips, hopefully I can help you or show you how not to do it. As always, if you are enjoying, don't forget to drop the stream a like. If Combat Bunny or Tim could, or one of the admins could post my Facebook page in, that's growing day by day as well, which is brilliant. And I post my daily updates on there with what I'm working on, if I get a chance to work on it even. Right, so we're going to start with. We'll start by using WWF scenics first, as it makes sense to, and then I could always add some of the straw grass afterwards. We'll just empty this out from the previous one. Hoping this has got battery in it. Yep. You might have to wait for at least a year as I have to save money up for PC, which I'm guessing it may be next May for this. Oh, something to look forward to at least. Made some small progress on a rise. Silly works. Will the glue not be drying out? No, it's pretty. Quite tacky at the moment actually. So this should be all good to go. So we'll get loaded up. I've got layering spray as well if worst comes to worst. Let's not panic, guys. Let's not panic. Let's just get straight into it, I guess. What cameras can you see me on? Apologies if my arm gets in the way. Basically, we're going to get this first layer down, and then we're going to work on building it up from there. The details in the water reservoir bit, that can be done at a later date. So you see already I put a couple of handfuls in, a couple of small pinches of it in, and that's already nearly out there. Hopefully, if you start at the stream and then yeah, I'll get there before the glue dries. Don't worry. No, everyone's worried the glue's going to dry. I'll try and shipping reasonable to West Coast US. Sorry about that noise in the background. That might be my cat using it for a litter box. John Pring's just subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing, mate. If you're watching the stream now, do appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're going to be using I have to say this, if you're using aerosol spray glue, make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I don't want anyone choking on the fumes or breathing in all the glue. Thumbs up and don't forget to sub. Thank you very much, Tim. I really do appreciate all of you guys tuning in tonight to watch me hopefully not mess this up. As you can see already, I don't know if you can see a difference, but there is a slight change in the colour just from this one small layer already. So after this first layer of I'll give it a couple of minutes and I'll go over it again with some spray glue and we'll start building up these layers. So already, let's just see how that looks in the camera. We need some lift music. Or smoking, yeah, that's true. Let's just have a look on the camera, see what that looks like. Okay, so on that bottom right corner, you can start to see a colour difference, which is good because put a fair amount of that down already. Pull the old sleeves up, it's getting a bit hot in here now. We'll go again with the little bit more of the wild meadow. Try and keep. So you see how much I've done already actually. I know I was saying about it doesn't like go a long way, but from less than half a packet I've already got a kind of a base layer down. Ollie, it's all leaning, curves, fella, trial and error. Look, leaning, God, I can't read. I can see it building up colour, oh, brilliant. It's all learning curves, mate, trial and error. Yeah, if any of you have seen my other static grass tutorial, I was really, really pleased with how that came out. But you know what it's like, as soon as you start doing anything live, unless you're Tim, of course, it's probably going to go wrong. Sorry about my concentrating face. Deltic, did you get your class 40 sorted? It was a 66 if that's what you mean. That was catching, the wheels were catching. If so, I have filed it away slightly, so I shouldn't have any of them issues when it comes to going over corners, as I think a couple of people recommended. I also removed the front buffer guards. Got my WS grass applicator in different season and lengths last week and very well pleased with it. Yeah, nice. The static grass applicator has been absolutely a game changer for me, honestly. So yeah, as I say, I've got this budget spray on glue. Yeah, it was a 66, mate, that had the issue. I'll show you that. I'll show you that to you if anyone's still sticking around at the end. It's starting to look like the embankment. Oh, brilliant. Is that in the way? Yeah, it's starting to take a little bit of shape as you see it develop. Once I've got all the extra bits of grass and whatnot in it, it should really look the part. So we're going to I'm going to do it half by half, just so the glue, because obviously the spraying glue dries a lot quicker than. Have you used the 4mm? We normally advise to go small to tall, 2mm then 4mm plus. Don't have to wait for the glue to dry. Go straight on with the next stage. Go well done, mate. I have started tall then small actually. I think I've gone the other way around because I normally on my other static grass tutorial. I started with 6mm straw and then went down in scale. But what we'll do is we'll jump to a smaller scale. We'll jump to a smaller one then and work our way up. So let's go for. We've got a big bag of 2mm here, so we'll go for that then and get a nice green base going. Make sure you're not using oven cleaner. No, this isn't oven. I do apologise if people think I am doing it wrong. As I say, this is just my interpretation of it. I don't claim to be a static grass expert. What I've noticed though with a lot shorter grass, it comes out a lot quicker. So do be prepared when you turn it upside down to have it shaking already almost. So but yeah, if you want proper tutorials, I'm sure WWS Scenics have got actual videos on how to do it properly. Oh wow. Oh, that's starting to look the part already. Oh wow, that was a quick transformation. Right, let me just do this. There's no wrong way, just not the right way. What I'll do is, I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. That looks brilliant already. Yeah, the bottom right camera. I think hopefully some of you guys can see that. I'm trying to aim from the bottom with the glue just to stop knocking it over. Now you have an embankment. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's starting to take shape already. And as you can see, I've barely used any of this. I didn't realise how much I was going to need for this actually. So I'm going to go over the top now with the 2mm, as suggested by WWS Scenics. Okay, I have now run out of that bit. No, what I've done is they'll take. Oh god, my hand's covered in grass. I've put a nail in the end of it, and then I just hold that into the areas where I'm working on, because it's pretty much all polystyrene. Taller grass on embankments to get the grass to go up. But as I say, with the spray glue, I normally try and aim it from the bottom, and that kind of blasts it up a little bit. Thank you very much, Gareth. I do appreciate your kind words. Is that? If I turn it off before I'm pouring it all in, otherwise it's all going to come straight back out again. There's no wrong way. Yeah, but I'm sure there's a better way. This probably wouldn't be the ideal glue. I was hoping it'd be a bit more aerosol like this, a bit too direct for this perhaps, but it's all I had time to get my hands on. I don't know how good that looks on the camera. That's starting to build up nicely. Right, so I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes just to, I've missed a bit off the top here. Oh, we'll do that then. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys too much with this. A bit different from what I'm normally doing, but I thought rather than just sit and run trains up and down, it'd be good to get a little bit of progress done with the layout. This has been something I've been meaning to do for tease the long strand. That's a good idea actually, yeah. Stuart gave me a whole box of cocktail sticks. I might have to try that. Actually, I'm quite surprised, even on this, I don't know if I can see where my hand's pointing, even on this steep slope on the side there, all the grass is actually standing up, which I wasn't expecting to look as well. A few bushes, trees, and Bob's your uncle. Yeah, exactly, mate. I've got lots of them with me, so hopefully we'll be able to make something out of this. So yeah, that's the 2mm stuff. We'll go a bit longer now. We've got patchy 4mm and dead 4mm. What do you reckon we should go? I've put the both on camera. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the difference on here, but what do you reckon? Hold them in front of the camera. So on the left here you've got dead 4mm, and on the right you've got patchy 4mm. That's looking good, Ollie. Thank you very much, Fly Chairman. Yeah, the dead has some slightly lighter shades of brown in it, I think. I'm sure someone will correct me. Thank you very much, Jason. I appreciate that. I have to say it's nice to see locos running with whatever they're hauling, but it's quite interesting seeing this side. Yeah, I just thought I'd do something a little bit different, really, just to keep you guys entertained. It hasn't gone wrong yet, actually, which I'm pleasantly surprised about. I'll pour the last bit of this back into here. We should have sent you our layering spray. I saw that out. You could play with the grass a lot better. Here's the tip though. Here's the tip. Rough it a bit up. Go over with 2mm and 4. You'll be chuffed. Yeah, no, I did wonder because you sent me the glue, but not the layering spray. So I thought I'd go and find some layering spray. But obviously this stuff isn't as good as I thought it was. It's more spray glue than layering spray. It's not really ideal, but it'll do. It'll do. Poundland hairspray is the best for laying spray. Hang on, I think I have some hairspray upstairs. Stay there. Right, let's run an ad. I have hairspray upstairs.
Well, this is inside Stanbridge Ford, and as you can see we've got quite a lot of motive power in here. Ticking over in the background is a West Coast Railway Class 37. We have a Class 97 test train, and also sitting here we have the yellow HST. Well, hi everyone, welcome to Stanbridge Ford and Spencer Junction Garden Railway. Today we are running the Class 37 West Coast Railways up-to-date version that was brought out by Bachmann earlier this year. And very good puller, very good train, as you can see, as it goes around the garden. The railway is all DCC, and obviously you can hear the sound on the 37, it sounds really good. The railway has been here since 2014, well this section has certainly. Railway also featured on the Great Model Railway Challenge, what was on TV in 2019. Like the level crossings working. I guess if you a YouTube follower, you'd have seen the crossings working before.
Right, we're back. I forgot my girlfriend's upstairs. Hairspray. What did I miss? Garthian, welcome to the stream, mate. Thank you for joining us. Oscar spray light, it works well. I did have some proper layering spray that I used, but it ran out and it was expensive, so I just thought I'd try some stuff on Amazon. But hairspray, and it smells nicer than normal glue as well. So it looks very much like the Notch 2.0. So we're going to continue doing the layers. We're going to go for the dead 4mm, and we're going to try it with a bit of hairspray. See if that makes a difference. Who suggested that? Whoever suggested that, huge thank you, because I completely forgot my girlfriend was upstairs and she has hairspray. So right, we're going to go for the 4mm dead grass, but I only want this in some patches, especially around this this tunnel area here. Hopefully that sets that bit in, but right, let's go down here. As WWS says, no need to put the pin into the glue. hold it near the bottom, so we'll try that. Oh, I tell you what, I quite like this colour actually. Like, I really like this colour. I'm going to add a bit more of it over here. Oh wow, that's really starting to, actually that's completely changed it. That really has completely changed it, that colour. How does that look on the camera? Don't know if you can see, it looks a bit dark on that camera, so apologies for that. But no, that's a game changer, that is. Sorry if I'm not really track to cork, just PVA and weights. What I found is the best anyway. I'm going to come back down to this end and do a bit more here. Wow, that's yeah, whoever recommended hairspray, a huge thank you to you, because game changer. Right, so that's some of that. I'm going to experiment with a couple of different colours here. Get that pot. Yeah, regular PVA for cork works just fine. I'm going to go for something a little bit lighter just to do some of the edges. Thank you, Ollie, the ad looked good. I'm glad you liked it, mate. I know Charlie is a big Copydex fan. Yes, he is. So here I've got some 4mm, very light green grass. This is what I used on my other tutorial, if you guys have seen that. Somewhere further back on my channel. And I've got brilliant results with this, but the fishy smell, I have no idea, mate. I do hope I'm not boring you lot. Yeah, my apologies if I'm hard to get one, as it will save me lots of time putting grass on. Honestly, mate, as soon as I put that brown on, I realised where this is going to go. I've got lovely. It's really hard to tell if you can see it on the camera. Got some really lovely shades coming on here. Yeah, so whoever said hairspray, cannot thank you enough. I was thinking I was going to have to do this whole thing with that really rubbish spray glue. But yeah, WWS, if you don't mind sending me a bit of spray glue, it would be hugely appreciated for my future projects. see what else is on social media. Yeah, I don't know. We're nice mix of shades on camera, so it must look really great. Yeah, what I'll do is in my next update video, I'll try and, if anyone keep an eye on my next few videos, hopefully you'll be able to see, I can do a bit of a close up with my slightly better quality camera, and you should be able to see. I'll go down here. Oh, honestly, I'm so shocked. I've kind of shocked myself a little bit because I wasn't expecting it to come out this well. I'm going to remove some of this in here just to stop it drying up because I don't want grass growing inside the drainage point. Move that. Another way to tease your grass, but only after the glue's dried, to lightly hoover it. I do that as well. That's something I do. The embankment is looking really good. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate it. Oh, what you mean the singing people? The transformation is remarkable. Thank you very much, Kev. Let me have a look on the camera again. Sorry, nice to see what it's looking like. Yeah, the lighting's not great on that, but yeah, I'll try and film some more of it. And hairspray blocking view. Sorry about that. So I think I'm going to do a couple more sections of the lighter grass, and then we'll work on some bushes and some shrubs. Pigs47, hello, looking good, just gone. Thank you for joining us, mate. Don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying it, please drop the stream a like. It really helps me out and the YouTube algorithm out. And if you're really, really enjoying it, then feel free to share it on various social medias. Let people know we are live. Lee, embankment looking very good. Thank you very much, mate. I'm shocked myself really as to how well this is going, and hopefully the guys at WWS don't think it's going too badly either. Actually, I'm really pleased with the way I've done the slight again, you probably can't see it too well here, but the way I've done the added the extra bits of plaster sheets in balls to give a bit of texture. The static grass has stood up on them really nicely actually. Go box off a train and send it to go box. Alright, mate, thank you for joining us. Do appreciate you taking your time to come and watch me mess around with static grass. Don't have as many people as we normally do, but again, we have all the regulars, which is, I think, as Tim said in his stream, is the main thing, because you're the guys that, apart from the hairspray, that's an awesome job. You can demo at our shows anytime. Well, yeah, if you, Combat Spanish just dropped the link. If you are at any shows, do let me know. I'll come by and say hello, providing the coronavirus hasn't stopped it. So a little bit more of the lighter stuff, and we'll have a look at some bushes, and then I'll give it all a good layer of glue and let it set overnight. Do let me know if you like these Thursday streams. I think Tuesday definitely seems to be the more popular of the 2 days, but if I do have time on a Thursday, I'm more than happy to show up and show you guys what I'm working on. Right, so for now, I think I'm going to leave it at that for the static grass side of it. The stream's great too. Data, I really appreciate it, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let's put this to one side. Right. We're going to work a little bit on the bushes and then probably call it there for a little bit, because I just want to make sure all the static grass dries. I don't want to rush it, because obviously I would like to take this to exhibitions where you guys can hopefully come and see how badly I've done it in person. So I'm using for my bush base, I think, I can't remember what YouTuber, Galton Parkway I think it was. I can't remember exactly, but he recommended this polyfiber stuff. I'm going to get that on the camera. And this stuff is absolutely, for both making trees and bases of bushes, this is absolutely brilliant stuff. You just pinch a little bit of it off and spread it out, and then all you got to do is spray it with a little bit of PVA and push it into exactly where you want it. And then from there you can build the tree up with the layering glue. I'm going to give this a spray. It's going to get a bit messy this, so I shall put it down there. What I can do, pour this into a pot and dunk it. That would be the easiest option. I think I might stick to driving trains, you know, because I'm not very good at all this live demonstrations. I wouldn't be very good in Blue Peter unless I had something I made earlier. So yeah, we'll dunk this in here, get it completely soaked, and then rinse it out. Obviously the glue dries clear, so now you've got this sort of wet mess. And then where you want it to be, I'm going to start up at the top left here. Pretty simply, just push it into place. And this makes a great sort of base to save you, you know how bad my scenics area are, and they're all done by hairspray. Toothpick to make a hole. In what sense to make a hole? For the bushes, you don't need to push these into any holes in particular. It's just get a bit of glue on them, squeeze them out, and you can use these to start building up some really nice scenic sections. I do actually have a couple of wooden scenic trees as well, which I might eventually put on here near the top, but I haven't decided what I want to do with that just yet. Yeah, combat bonnet, yeah, for trees you can either use the woodland scenic bases, which I've got a pack of. Here, so you can also use the where's the camera? The Woodland Scenics tree armatures and bend them out and use the polyfiber on top of it, but then you can also just take the base off and use their pre-made trees. But if you're Tim, you can hand make your trees, but unfortunately I don't have that skill. Don't use bases only when you're seeing a tree with the base. Well, the idea of the base is you put a base down. The idea is you put a base down and then you'll cover it up with the grasses and stuff and bushes, so you wouldn't necessarily see that side of it. Right, let's go with the bushes. It's going to get messy, so I advise probably wearing gloves or something, but too lazy for that, so as long as they aren't Budilla. So I really want a bushy area around the front of this entrance down here. Ignore how sort of puffy and green it looks at the moment once we've gone over the top with my other scenic ideas. Faversham International, hello mate, thank you for joining us. We're going for about an hour now, so you might have missed a couple of bits, but as you can see the embankment's looking a little bit different at the moment. Again, if this might not be the way you want to do it, but it's the way that's been working for me on all my layouts so far. So yeah, each their own, I guess. Where else we should go for some? Go for some along the top here as well. Any recommendations for tree making kits? Well, I wouldn't recommend the Woodland Scenics ones, to be honest with you. I didn't think they were that great. I bought them thinking they'd be good, but then I watched Tim make his trees and I thought they were way better than the ones that you make out those kits. Oh yeah, Tim's just dropped the link for my Facebook page, so don't forget to go and like that if you haven't already, for updates. I will, after this is dried tomorrow, I'll post some pictures so you guys can see what I've been working on. But we'll just work with these 2 bushes for example now, just to save me going along doing the whole lot here. Oh look, Tim's getting bossy now. This is very impressive work on it. How much does all the scenic items cost? My static art grass applicator I think was around 50 quid, and then WWS very kindly sent me this starter sort of kit for embankments, which I believe was $14.99. So you get all of this grass except these 2. You get, as you see on the camera, all of this grass up here for $14.99, which is a really good price. Yeah, so what we'll do now is we'll grab some fine leaf. I've also got this stuff which I bought on eBay from CM3 Models, and it comes like vacuumed, and then once you open the bag it all like decompresses, and these are great stuff for making bushes as well. So we're using the Woodland Scenics Fine Foliage. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favourite products from them. And when you get it out, you get like, sometimes you might get like full trees. Obviously for Engage you might have to break them down slightly. But out of the box here, I can see that on the camera. All I do here is I break this off the bottom, and there's a tree right there. And then that tree would then go somewhere into this scenic section, like so. But first, yeah, I'd have to make holes for that. I will check this video trees as long as it's idiot proof. Thank you Combat Money for dropping the link to them. That's their YouTube, so you can go see how to do it properly. And yeah, Tim, we definitely need an updated tree video for cheap and fast, but looking for more cash, but amazing trees, or a bit more cash. But well, yeah, my personal opinion, if you're spending ridiculous amounts of cash, then I'd go for the Woodland Scenics pre-made ones, because I think they're quite. I'll grab one now actually. So here is one of the pre-made ones. This is a birch tree, and as you can see, it's pretty much some of the polyfibre, and these are about £15 for 3 of them, and then you can just literally plug and play as to where you, yeah, I probably will actually have a couple of these on here thinking about it. I do think, yeah, I've got 6 of these spare at the moment, so I probably will make use of them on this layout. Good evening, Reggie boy. Thank you for joining us, mate. Yeah, go for it, Tim. Go for it. Good evening, Ronald. Yeah, I know. For some reason, I don't think everyone got the notification saying that I'd gone live, but I do appreciate you tuning in. Anyway, we've just been working on the embankment, and you can see a lot more progress this time. Huge amounts of progress I've done with the static grass side of it, all thanks to products from WWS. And I think there's Combat Money's put a link previously to their YouTube channel. Kent Train fan, hello mate, thank you for joining us tonight. Just doing a bit of scenery stuff at the moment. Don't forget as well, as you can see in the bottom left, my stream sponsors are Goodwood Scenics, and they've very kindly sponsored me for my live streams. And if you go back to my previous live stream, you'll see all the products that I've, well, two streams ago I think, from 3D Printing Corner and Goodwood Scenics. All of their stuff on there they've sent me of. I did a sort of a mini review on. Yeah, Tim just linked the video there to how he makes the trees. But yeah, so I really want to kind of let this dry, to be fair. I don't want to rush into adding too much. I'll add a few more of these bits of polyfibre, because then I can go over the top once it's all dry. But this stuff's absolutely brilliant for making bushes. I seen it on I think it was Gowerton Park. Again, someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong. But JT has some very nice pre-made trees, not too steep in price. How much are they? It's always good to know where to get some decent trees from. Ideally, I think it's only fair, guys. If I was to start Engage, I think everyone agrees Tim should have to make me some trees. I'm only joking, but no, Tim does a great job with the trees. Absolutely brilliant. I think I am going to add some of those Woodland Scenic trees to this now, having looked at them in place. Is this the clump foliage? If it is, oh, this is fine leaf foliage. Yeah, last live stream I done on the O. Oh, the one on Eli's. Thank you very much, Combat Bunny. Yeah, again, if you use the code Wardle Road, you get 15% off everything on Goodwood Scenics page, and they've got loads and loads of new things coming out actually that have all been put together really well. Especially a lot of stuff inside the depot shed. So hopefully, once they've got them out to me, I can then install the stuff and show you guys in a future live stream video, especially with the shed cam once we've got that running as well. Let's get a few more of these bushes done. That's not stuck down too well, so we'll take. Actually, I'll tell you what, this static grass is starting to dry off quite quickly. But yeah, as WWS says, once you put that first layer of glue down, get the grass on quickly. We've got clump. I'll sort it, dude. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much, mate. As I say, I'm going to be building a lot of layouts, especially once I've got my own dedicated train room. I really want to do something like Mouldy Raspberry, where it's almost 99% scenery, because I absolutely love doing, as much as it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, I've spent a lot of the hobby doing scenery. I just do it a very bodge way to perhaps other people would, but I really do enjoy the scenic side. Hopefully I'll be going to see Mouldy Raspberry next weekend, providing that he doesn't come down with the odd C word. $8 for 1 or 2 dozen. Oh, that's not bad at all. But yeah, hopefully once I've got my own space for the layouts, I'm going to have a nice big one going around the room, and then hopefully I can have people come and run trains on it. Got to go now, Ollie. I'll watch the rest later. Bye all. Thank you, Moreland Model Railway. Thank you, Andy, for joining us. Do appreciate it. Was a new company doing trees at Model Rail Scotland. Primo Models. Oh, okay, very cool. Don't forget, if you are about to leave the stream, feel free to drop it a like before you leave. I do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. The channel's growing super quickly at the moment, and we're well on the road to the 1K. Get back down here. Did you see O'Neill's hill climb for his 009 section? That was it. No, I haven't, mate. You'll have to send me a link to that. Give that a look. 009, that's another one that I was looking at. But I think I'll tell you, I'm so tempted to engage. It's becoming more and more. I'm starting to look more and more on eBay into engage items and stuff. Because I originally started, I don't know if many people know, but I originally did start the hobby with Engage. My first layout was an Engage layout built by my granddad. Got 36 people watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Even I don't know why, for some reason I didn't get any notifications properly on my phone, but other people did, so I'm not really sure what YouTube's playing at tonight. But thank you very much for joining. I do appreciate you guys coming to waste your time watching me do a bit of scenery. I have no clue how to build a layout. I'm fully scenic. No, I love the building, and I take running's probably like the last part of the hobby I actually really enjoy. It's definitely more so the building side of it, and especially electronic side as well. I really do like the electronic side of the hobby. Not so much all the automation side, but the electronic side of it is definitely up there with some of my favourite parts of the hobby. I do like Mouldy Raspberry's layout, like you say, it's brilliant considering most of it. Yeah, that's definitely something. I want just a whole room of just scenery, tons of scenery, viaducts and rivers and all of that kind of stuff is what I want. Just a couple of tracks running backwards and forwards, just so I can spend hours and hours doing scenery. That'd be my main aim. yeah, WW Scenics, if you are still here, I would really appreciate some spray and glue. As you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, actually my hands are completely caked in this PVA stuff that I'm trying to use, and a mixture of hairspray as well. But let's have a look at that on the camera, see what it looks like. Okay, it's started to take shape. Hopefully in my next update video, I will have some further progress with this. As I say, I want to really let that's most of the bushes down on one, and then obviously I'll build on top of them. I'll probably do that in my next video, if not my next live stream. I will get to work with doing some of the bushes and a bit more of the scenic stuff. I especially want to start looking at the realistic water side of stuff for the drainage area there. I have worked with it on my previous layout. Go for it, Ollie, you have nothing to lose. And scenic to gain, exactly mate, exactly, nothing to lose. That should be my... nothing to lose and scenic to gain. Send me that. I feel like that should be. I like that slogan a lot actually. I really do like. Yeah, message that to me please. Nothing to lose and scenic to gain. Damn, that's catchy. That's really catchy. So I'm gonna take me and my sticky fingers and leave it there for tonight, guys. What I'll do is I will. Yeah, next time I'm streaming, I'll carry on doing the scenic side if that's something you want to see. The embankment was much less troublesome than the 3-0 point. Definitely, Kev. 100. I couldn't agree with you more actually, but that 3-0 point's now working perfectly. So we've overcome that hurdle, and we're here now. Just check Goodwood Scenic's website, but no engaged products. There's no engaged products, but a lot of their stuff, like their scrap metal and their pipe work, all of this stuff can be used on Engage as well. Obviously Engage will be slightly larger pipes, slightly larger pieces of scrap. There's just the generic things there. Patent at £10, please. I'm not sure if every Thursday I should be live. Tuesday, hopefully after I'm back from work. No, wait, who's on my nose is itchy? Because now you're making me itch my nose. But yeah, I should be live Tuesday after I get back from work, all being well, and then possibly Thursday. Not entirely sure, though. I'll have to keep you guys again. Check my Facebook if you want to stay up to date with what I'm working on. But other than that, thank you very much, guys, for joining me. A huge thanks to WWS for sending me their products out to have a look at, and hopefully we've got some more in the future to look at as well. Don't forget to check out Goodwood Scenics, my Facebook page, and subscribe if you're new. And other than that, I think we'll leave it there. I'll put the the startup screen, just to see us out for the last few minutes. WWS, that's a cracking job, and have the seal of approval. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate it. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the future, guys. And yeah, thanks for watching.